Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, episode number 2. And today's episode is going to be about my buddy told me. Let's find out about that. So yeah, everybody's run into these folks, good intentioned people. They most of the time you run into candidates and say, I know a guy, he's a cop. And this episode today is about you guys that say, I know a cop, and why listening to your cop buddy can be a bad idea. Why is that, do you think? Well, I'm going to tell you today. When you have somebody that you know that says that, hey, man, this is what I did, this is what you should do for your background, blah, 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 and they give you advice. The thing that I tell candidates all the time when they have friends that tell them this, ask them one question. The question is, have you ever completed a background investigation? Has your buddy ever completed a background investigation? The answer that I've heard every single time is no. These are not background investigators. These are guys and ladies that they just want to give you advice. This is what I did, and all those types of things when they've never done a background investigation. This is not the group of people that you want advising you on your background investigation. I found out about these things through doing backgrounds and then talking to candidates. Sometimes candidates I'll talk to and they'll say, "Hey, my buddy's a cop." And he said, you don't have to disclose that. You don't have to talk about that. And here's what I did on my background." That's the worst advice ever, because it'll lead you down a road that's going to end up getting you disqualified. I've sat across the desk from candidates that I'm doing backgrounds on, and they get caught lying. And I ask them, "Hey, so what happened with this? I have this information. You said this didn't happen. I got information that says it did. Blah blah blah. Why were you not forthcoming? Why did you not tell us the truth?" These candidates, they always get this look on their face, and they go, "Well, I have a buddy, and he told me that I shouldn't disclose it." Bad advice, because those people that get caught doing that, they'll never be a cop. Because once you get caught lying during your background investigation, it's one of the worst things that can happen to you. Trying to dig your way out of that hole after you've been caught lying during your background investigation, especially if somebody told you that you didn't have to do that. And I always say, who are these people? Why would they do that? Think twice. If a police officer or somebody that you know or someone that's never been a background, first off, a background investigator would never tell you to lie during the background investigation. Your friends, you need to second guess if they're really your friends, if they're telling you to lie during the background investigation. The thing about not disclosing stuff is candidates don't realize. They get freaked out. They go, "Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to get DQ'd by this." The thing about that is this: the thing that you did that you were embarrassed or thought that might DQ you, most of the time won't DQ you. What will DQ you is when you get caught in the lie. The lie will DQ you. The thing that you're lying about most likely won't DQ you. In a lot of cases, I can't say that 100%, but in most cases, what you're lying about won't DQ you. Lying about it will. What about YouTube channel experts? This is a tricky one for me because I don't want to bag on anybody, but there's a crap ton of YouTube channels that have to do, hey, how to pass your background investigation, the background investigation, blah blah blah, all this about the background investigation. I'm not saying good or bad about any channel in particular, but I'm saying that be mindful of the channels that you watch and get information from. Some of them are spot on. I've seen a lot of channels, and some of them are really spot on. They're good channels. They're from people who either been involved in hiring, they're supervisors, they've been background investigators. or whatever. You can tell they know what they're talking about. But the ones that I really kind of discourage people from watching or getting information from are the ones that tout themselves as experts, but they've never been background investigators. Look at some of the backgrounds of these folks, and if it's in their YouTube channel, or you Google their company or something like that. Just do some research on whoever it is that's giving this advice, because I have talked to people who have talked to some well-known YouTube people, and they'll tell me something. I'll go, where did you get that information from? And they go, oh, so and so, I contacted so and so on YouTube, and they give me the information. I'm like, wow, man, that wasn't good information. So be mindful of that. If you have any questions, you can go to policebackground.net. You can send me a questionnaire through their contact form from there. And also, if you want to know a little bit more about backgrounds, I have an ebook available. This is not the channel. I didn't put this channel up in order to sell books or anything like that. But if you want to find out a little bit more about backgrounds, there's a book that's available, Police Background Investigations Inside the Mind of a Background Investigator. You can check it out by going to policebackground.net. But overall, guys, just be mindful of who you're talking to and the information, but that stay away from people who tell you go ahead and lie during the background. Remember what I've said before. You lie, you die. There's a reason that's been going on for decades. I heard it when I first became a background investigator many, many years ago, and it still holds true today. Once you get caught lying on your background, then it's not going to be a good day for you. And once you get a background investigator that finds you lying on your background and it goes in your record, it's a permanent record. Every background investigator that you apply anywhere, they're going to see that background. They're going to see that you're dishonest, and now you have to answer that for every single background investigation. And some background units, they just won't hire you because you were caught lying. It's an integrity thing. So, like I say, if you need to get a hold of me, policebackground.net. My name's Ken Roybal, and I'll see you in the next episode.